We are now one of probably like 30,000 reviews doing this movie. You could have watched anyone, but you watched us. Welcome to Stupid Movies, where we watch them so you never have to.
Surprise! We're checking out Halloween Kills, which just came out. Everybody's been anticipated for it, so we said, well, let's just be cliche and do it. Halloween Kills 2021, an hour and 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it's rated R. Directed by David Gordon Green, who directed Halloween 2018, and this reprised their roles as Jamie Lee Curtis, Annie Matichak, Judy Greer, James Jude Courtney, and we get Anthony Michael Hall in this one, bringing Tommy Doyle into the mix. This is a direct sequel to Halloween 78, and Halloween 2018 picks up right where 2018 left off. So what happens?
Okay, so first of all, we are in the third Halloween timeline. So Halloween 78, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills 2021. Mm-hmm. So Halloween Kills picks up right where Halloween 2018 left off, with Michael Myers in the basement being burned to death. A bunch of firefighters show up and put the fire out.
And then Michael Myers...
Fucking kidding me.
Goes after everybody.
And then Michael Myers starts killing them and then continues back to Haddonfield where he starts killing everyone else. And there's also a meta commentary on how the real monster is humankind and also the real monster is Anthony Michael Hall. I got a little confused by that. It's a Halloween movie. There is no plot. It's Michael Myers killing people.
What do we like about Halloween Kills? Okay, first thing I'm going to say straight up, it's about damn time that Michael Myers becomes a badass. This is what Michael Myers has never really been. My biggest thing about him, he's always been weak and tame.
Yep.
This and this, he gets pissed off and he's pretty brutal and violent. And they amp up the blood and gore, huge body count, and I'm thinking, this is about time. This alone wins me over because this is what I want from Michael, and that made me very happy.
There were some brutal fucking kills in this movie.
Yes.
The boyfriend on the stairs.
That was wild.
Holy shit, what a great, long, 5-minute long kill.
I would say he got the worst of it.
Yeah.
And
the elderly couple, their kill was really good too.
A lot of blood, a lot of different kind of kills, which I appreciate. It's not just the butcher knife like, Michael's kind of known for the most part. This one I thought had a great atmosphere and a great score. I mean, Halloween is known for its score, and it's good here. A little different. Which I like that they kind of vary it a little bit. But the atmosphere is great. It feels like Halloween.
I love the opening credits.
Mm-hmm. Oh, me too.
I mean, that simple, that with the pumpkins, jack-o'-lantern zooming, and that always is effective anyway. But on this one, they were like blazing inferno pumpkins, not just like regular pumpkin with a little tiny light in it. It was like pumpkin with a flamethrower through it. It looked really cool. I liked that so much.
I agree. I really enjoyed that they brought back characters from the original as adults.
Yes.
Like Tommy Doyle, Lindsay Wall, those characters. I thought that was neat, and it was just kind of a cool way to tie things into the original. And I love that they did some flashback scenes, and I thought they did a really good job. It felt like it was back in 78. The way they did it, the guy, the Michael Myers looked in the flashbacks. I thought that was pretty dang good.
Yeah, I really love that whole flashback sequence.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
It was. It was done really well.
And it felt like 1978. It looked really good. I like that a lot. That was very creative.
There's a Halloween 3 shout-out callback with the masks.
Yeah.
I thought that was neat for them to put it in a Michael Myers story. That was awesome.
I continue to love Jamie Lee Curtis. She was great in this.
And then I would say, this is going to be something that I think is pretty divided, and I know it's divided between even us, is I love the ending. I thought the ending was great. I love that they hint that he's becoming a supernatural monster. Whether
it was more than just a hint.
Like I said, it's about time he becomes a badass. So I like that, and I think it's a perfect way to set up the next one.
That is a perfect setup to go into what we don't like.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so what don't we like about Halloween Kills?
I don't like the ending. Up until this point, in all of the Halloween movies, Michael Myers was always a human.
Mm-hmm.
Stronger than most humans? Sure. More resilient than most humans? Absolutely. But still human. As such, he was classed in with other human killers. And compared to other human killers, he's a fucking badass. Even before this movie, he is a badass. This movie now makes him a supernatural killer. Now you're classed in with Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, supernatural killers. You're not as good as any of them. As a human killer, you were in a unique position where you could be this super badass. No one could really touch you because there was no one else to compare you to. As a supernatural killer, all of a sudden, not only are you not at the top, you're not even at the bottom, you are below that. Compared to supernatural killers, you are nothing. So I hated the ending. I loved all of this movie until the last 10 minutes. And the ending infuriated me.
So it's really interesting because, for one, I'm really curious to see what's going to happen in the next movie. Because, you know, I am curious. Okay, is that where they're going with it? Or was this... who knows? I don't know. So it's going to be interesting. And it's also interesting because it's very divided from what I'm seeing. I've seen people say the same similar stuff as you, but I've seen people say this is one of the best endings they could have done leading to the next one. So it's really interesting.
Halloween 2018, the way it ended, that to me was perfect. That was a perfect horror movie ending because the bad guy was defeated, the final girls got away, and that is it. If they had never done another movie, that ended perfectly.
Yeah.
I didn't mind how they picked up from that in this one. I actually thought that was a pretty clever idea. But the way this one ended, there has to be a next movie. And I hate it when movies end setting up the sequel. I wish they had a real ending to it.
So this one's really amped up on the kills, blood, and gore, which is great. And there's a lot. It all looks good. It wasn't as gory as I thought it was going to be.
No,
I'll be honest.
There wasn't nearly as much gore here as I was expecting.
Yeah, there's a lot. For a Halloween movie, this is gory as hell.
Probably one of the goriest of their movies.
It is. Yeah. It is, definitely. But in my head, I was expecting more, I guess. I feel like a lot of it was kind of quick shots of stuff on a majority of ways.
Yep.
On the main ones, we get to see a lot. But, you know, I was expecting more, so I was a little bummed it wasn't quite as gory.
I think it's put in perspective.
Exactly.
It is gory for a Halloween movie.
Absolutely.
It is not gory for a Jason movie.
Hatchet.
It is not gory for a Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
Right.
Yeah, a Hatchet especially. So, it's like it's gory only in relation to other Halloween movies.
I love that they brought some of these characters back as adults, but I feel like some of them were just underutilized.
Yeah.
They didn't... Anthony Michael Hall is really the bulk of it, which is great.
Yeah, he carried the bulk of the returning characters.
But I think I wanted to see a little bit more, so I think some of that kind of make it through this and will probably show up in the next one, hopefully. And then the only other thing is like the score wasn't as prominent as if it normally is, I feel like. Halloween is known for its tense, kind of creepy, slow burn stuff. This doesn't really stick with that, and this doesn't drive the story any further from the previous one. And that's the biggest thing I see people complain about, which I'll say in my final thoughts about that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Also, the whole it was the boogeyman bullshit is played out.
All right. So, as I said, I see people complaining left and right that this one, the story is sloppy. It doesn't really progress the story. I freaking love that. Who gives a shit? This movie is brutal. It's Michael Myers finally being a badass, killing people. That's the point of this movie. They did exactly what they wanted to do. It's the bridge to the next one, and I love it. Who cares if it doesn't progress the story? That's what the next one's for. So, I'm just going to say that. I love it. I know a lot of people don't like it because of that, but this is just a straight-up slasher movie like the 80s where there wasn't much story and they killed people. And I love that. I get that people want that story to progress, and it didn't. Fine. Whatever. To me, I don't care. This was awesome. I love that it's brutal. A lot of blood and gore. Could have used more. It was entertaining. Had the atmosphere. Had the good score. It was just a fun ride. I thought it was paced well. Actually, I thought this was paced a little bit better than 2018 because it moves along quicker. And that's because they kind of go away from that slow burn pacing. I like it. I had fun with it. I thought it was a fun sequel leading up to the next one. It is a middle movie, and it shows and it feels that. But, I mean, it's the middle movie. It's doing exactly what it meant to do. So, I think it was fun. I'm going to give this one 7 out of 8.
Halloween has done exactly 2 things for me. The whole series. Jamie Lee Curtis, Danielle Harris. That's it. The only things I really like about these movies are that they introduce these really good actors. I don't like Halloween. I'm sorry. It's just not my series. This was okay. The main part of the movie, I actually agree with you. I enjoyed more than Halloween 2018. It was more brutal. It was more fast-paced. The plot was just boom, 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 because you already knew what was happening. You were in this world. 2018 had to catch you up on 40 years worth of shit. This one catches you up on like a night. Had it not been for the shit ending to this movie, it probably would have scored much higher for me. The ending sucked because up until then it was sitting at about a 7 out of 8. I loved how brutal it was. The whole time I was like, holy shit, Michael Myers is finally a badass. He can finally rate up there with other horror greats. And then that happened and I was like, well, nope. It pissed me off so much that I'm dropping it down to a 3.5 out of 8.
I am definitely curious to see where they're going to go with this, because I am curious if that's really the route they're going, or if it's not, how do they explain what happened to him at the end of this one. So I'm definitely curious. I do think it's going to draw people in to see the next one, obviously.
Oh, I'll watch the next one for sure when it comes out.
Anyway, so have you seen Halloween Kills yet? Let us know. Did you love the ending or hate it? Let us know what you thought about Halloween Kills. Go tell your friends what.
Tell us your favorite Halloween movie.
Yeah, which one do you like the most?
Of the Halloween series.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us.
Including the Rob Zombie ones. Whatever.
Like, subscribe, tell your friends, all that. Bumbo. Head over to Instagram at StoopidMovies, Facebook.com/StoopidMovies, and email us at StoopidMoviesOutlook.com.
Yeah.
Watch out for old Mikey.
Hey, before we go, put a William Shatner mask on your penis. Take a picture of it and send it to Rob. He wants to go to space.
Space? Hey, he hasn't gone to space yet, so that's good. Plus, I have Peacock for a month now, so I'm like, it was worth it. And I already canceled it. So that way it won't renew.